power of the coconut. You know, we need to get out the blocking between our ears and listen so that we are compassionate enough to hear the words of the Lord resonate through nature. I take you to places in nature because that's the only way you're going to experience the God realm, the sensitive realm. The physiology of the planet is much more magical and truthful and honest than the human nature and the 7 deadly sins that follow man wherever he goes. Humans just seem to screw things up everywhere. That's why wholesome food is the best. You know what this is. But what is in here is a pressurized, it's beyond a nut. This is levitated water. This water goes all the way up the tree of the sap, drawn by the sun, and so it's levitated water. If you start consuming foods that are so nutritious that it brings you back into your primordial state of residence and being, of health and wholeness, then you'll be healthy. You'll have a body like myself. Your body is like my body. As soon as you start putting on little fat and weight, you start actually becoming more depressed, unhappy, and gravity will suck you down. So will the mind. So the lighter you are, the lighter and able that you are to receive more sunlight and to be more lofty, to be more feeling. And so pressurizing the system is all about pressurizing with the breath. Taking a breath in and holding that as deep as you can in the tissues and relaxing into it. Same thing with this coconut. It pressurizes the system and in nut to where it will explode. That's what we want to do with the breath. To prove myself, watch the champagne come out of this nut. Pressurized water. Yeah, baby. And a simple little knife can open this right up for you to get a nice champagne. Nice. Simple as can be. Now this is delicious. I'm telling you, this is so good. But the way to really enjoy a coconut is to draw it up your nose. The nose knows what it goes. This will clear the nasal passages, lubricate the internal parts of the breathing apparatus, coat the throat, and you get this great post-nasal drip hours later of coconut dripping back into the throat. So when you're fasting and you're not eating, just a coconut can actually just really just make your day. So here's how to drink it up through the nostrils. It's like doing a beautiful neti. You take one nostril and close it. And inhale and suck with the rest and draw it in. And then the other side. So what I'm going to do for my viewers right now is I'm going to drink my entire coconut through my nostrils. Here we go. Guinness Book of World Records. Darn, that's really, really good. That wasn't gross. And the nasal passages must be clean. You can use salt water netis to wash the nose. You can use coconut water. You can even use your own urine, which I really encourage you to use your own urine at least once a day to wash out the nasal passages. And if you think that's gross, that urine was flowing through your body, bloodstreams, kidneys, and everything else. So why would you think it's gross? Why were we trained not to drink our own urine? Well, I do know. It's society conditioning. And the curse of this society is they don't accept the body. They don't accept and love the food that they're consuming. It's mostly just trash, and we just deposit it and flush it down the toilet. So even our shit isn't recomposting and re-innervating the soil, bringing back nutrients to the soil. We're a wasteful, consumptive society. I mean, if we can't even accept washing our own brain with a coconut or our own urine, how can we accept the higher kriyas, the higher breath techniques that I'm here to show you? You can only accept these higher breath techniques when you clean the brain, when you clean the passage between right here to here. If you clean that, you can actually feel with every breath the sensitivity and pressure on the pineal and pituitary, I feel, glands to where I can invoke that slight DMT vibrational frequency intensity of when it comes into the body, by pressurizing those systems, those glands. I feel it. I mean, I have smoked DMT, and I have done other psychedelics, and I realize that if you take a breath and you hold it and you articulate it to where it actually feels in your brain releasing something of pleasure, then you're starting on the path. Continue on that path so that you drive that force to where you only feel breath and pleasure. Okay? So to be on the spiritual path, it is a disciplined path. It's a disciplined path, and it begins with the Jesus diet for your sins. If you look at the word diet, D-I-E separated by a T, it's like the cross. The cross is the diet. You carry the cross. What is your cross? How do you live it? What do you put in the body that represents the temple of God? And how does the temple of God, does it look like this? You want to be so clear, your skin wants to be so empty so that you can absorb sunlight, people. We weren't told that. You've heard of solarians or breatharians or people that are sun gazers. Well, sun gazers live by the breath of life and relaxation and keep orientation to the sun, just like a tree or a flower. The flower has got base foundation, but it's reaching to the sun. Our flowers, which are our eyes, our rosy colored eyes, are looking at the sun more often. We actually collect more sunlight. No sunglasses, people. Get rid of them. Get rid of glasses. And even your physical glasses. Why are we wearing glasses? We should ask ourselves, what's causing the tissues to be so weak that we need glasses? Okay, again, it's our food supply. Probably over 90% of our problems come from our diet because we can't even see properly because our coating on our cells is causing so that the cells and everything's not working properly, period. My vision's better now that I clean up my diet. People have reversed their whole eyesight by cleaning up their intestinal tract and doing detox. So I call it yoga detox. When you detox your body and clean it, the body becomes super intelligent and super wisdom. And it's about bringing back your wisdom. It's the intelligence of why we do yoga. Intelligent enough to, okay, this body can heal itself. How does it do it? I'm going to follow the path of yoga. I'm going to become a yogi and not focus on the world and work. I'm going to focus on the work, which is the world in me. So when we do open the brain and we do find pleasure in sitting, we watch the breath and just sit and wait upon the Lord, listen to the word of God. A yogi spends his entire time in his yoga practice to align these two, Ida and Pingala, these two channels, these two nerves. And once the nerves are open and relaxed, and the channels aren't filled with mucus, because all that mucus that we spit out, we shouldn't be spitting out phlegm and bacteria and yeasts and molds from the foods we've been eating, but that's what happens. When we have dairy, when we have sugars, when we have the things that our body's allergic to, our body goes, okay, we don't have a problem with that. We want to get rid of it. And our body puts out mucus to protect itself. So if we had a pure diet, raw, vegan if we could, living in special places where you can actually feel and breathe good air and drink good water, which is so rare in this world. That's why I live in Hawaii. I encourage people to come here because this world is doomed and damned. The 4 horsemen are here, people. The 4 horsemen are here. They're carrying out their thing, and they're like looking for you to weigh your heart. Is your heart as light as a feather? Or are you attached to this, that, and the other thing that causes us to lose sight of the heart of the breath of. So ask yourself these questions, and the only way that you can change your life is to stop what we're doing and be motivated by the heart of what we need, which is everything inside us is there. We just need to allow it to unfold. Our society conditions ourselves to do this and that, obviously. I'm here to undo it. I'm here to tell you the truth and have faith that we can get there if we stop many things and start many things. Stopping paying rent, number one. There are no landlords. There are no property owners. We can't own property. Even the Indians told us, how can you own the land? So I'm starting a movement and asking people to stop paying their rent, their taxes, and everything that they can, unless somebody can show them what they're paying for. Because what are you getting for your money? What are you getting for your hard labor and sweat and tears and blood? A kick in the ass? Having to work every day? Most people spend less time in the house that they're paying for and more time at work. Nah. I don't have a house, nor do I want a house and a problem. So I invite you to build a tribe with me. There'll be many tribes on the planet. Many tribes. There were tribes years ago, but we've all been dissolved. What they did is they put commercial clothes on the rack. See, when a tribe wears a certain clothes or a certain paint, you knew the tribe. All over the Amazon, there are thousands of tribes that everybody knew what tribe because of the markings, because of the jewelry, because of the hair. In the world now, everyone's a tribe. Everyone's a separate entity. That's what they promote in this world, is individuality. And I'm not interested in individuality. I'm interested in a colony. If you think about it, if you really think about it, ants, birds flock together of the feather. Ants are supportive in their relationship with the colony and work and slave for the king, the queen, and the colony itself. That's why Christ told us to be servants. Bhakti yoga is all about serving. When you're realized, you want to help people. When you're not, you want to help yourself. So, again, always breathe deep down in the genitals. Pressurize those genitals. Breathe into here, into here, into here. Open the channel and hold that breath forever. And there's a little more to it than that, but that's, in a nutshell, that is it. You want to know more? Come visit me here in Hawaii, because this is where my school is. Aloha. Wow, that was pretty good.